Most people think the key to fat loss is just eating in a calorie deficit, which is technically true on paper, but getting into and staying in that deficit is a lot harder when you have a down-regulated metabolism. That's why in this video, I'll show you how to reignite your metabolism and finally see week-to-week progress again, even if you have a super busy schedule or have been hitting the gym for years. If you're new here, my name is Francis. I started my lifting journey as a skinny kid who lacked confidence, and I became obsessed with learning about nutrition, training, and mindset. Now, nearly 10 years later, I'm now an IFFB pro in the men's physique division, and my team and I at The Aesthetic Dream have coached over 1,400 people to get to their dream bodies without restrictive dieting using science-based coaching. The same systems that helped Vincent lose 30 plus pounds while increasing his calorie intake, and Lucio lose 40 pounds and get shredded while eating more, and even a bigger guy like Eddie drop 120 pounds after we fix his metabolism, is the exact system I'm going to be sharing with you today. This system is going to be applicable for the following types of people: busy men struggling to lose body fat, competitors or athletes who wreck their metabolism post-show, lifters who tried it alone and want a final solution, and experienced gym goers hitting plateaus despite effort. The reason you've been struggling to lose your unwanted fat and your metabolism slowed down is because you've been sold on the misinformation of quick fix yo-yo diets and pills. You've been told myths like carbs are bad and don't eat after 8 p.m. Or trainers have told you just do more cardio, which usually leads to two losing paths. First is the quick fix route, where you slash calories, pile on cardio, and you live on caffeine. What happens here is you do a big early drop in calories, then the metabolism adapts, hormones crash, energy tanks, and you end up in rebound. Or the second route I see is where you grind harder. You work hard with no structure, progress stalls, recovery tanks, and then eventually you burn out. The bottom line is, both approaches ignore rebuilding metabolism first, so both fail. That's why you should put all your effort into implementing our 3-phase metabolic reignition blueprint if you want real, lasting results. Phase 1 of this blueprint is reset. This is where we focus on priming the metabolism. The truth is, if you've been under-eating, overtraining, constantly dieting, or you've never prioritized your metabolism after a cut, your metabolism is in fact down-regulated. Your body prioritizes survival, not fat loss. This means your thyroid output drops, so your metabolic rate slows down, your leptin and testosterone decline, which means lower energy and recovery, and your cortisol spikes, making it harder to burn fat and easier to store it. This is why your goal in this phase is to make your body responsive again. What you need to do is reverse metabolic adaptation. You do this by gradually increasing food, I would say anywhere from 100 to 150 calories per week, and slowly decreasing your cardio, maybe 5 minutes per week. Second thing you do is lowering your cortisol. This is where you prioritize improving your sleep and your recovery. Next is where you train less but smarter. You don't need to spend hours in the gym 5 to 6 days per week doing random junk volume. You want your workouts to be intense, quick, and effective. If you'd like access to free training plans that'll help you do that, at the end of this video, click the link in the description and join a community of over 2,200 gym goers. Finally, focus on rebuilding insulin sensitivity. This means strategic meal timing, daily walks, and anti-inflammatory support. This is where I tell my clients to put most of their carbs around their daily activity, meaning closer to your workouts or the times that they do cardio. When you do all of these, you'll sleep better, energy climbs, digestion and training improve, and your body starts responding. Just after phase 1 alone, Adam lost 15 pounds and added quality muscle as an experienced gym goer who was stuck at a plateau for years. So once you go through the reset, then you move on to phase 2, rebuild. With your hormones firing and the metabolism primed, it's time for you to focus on building muscle, improving training performance, and overall metabolic capacity so you can eat more, train harder, and look tighter weekly. You're going to want to make sure that you're training really hard here so you can focus on building muscle, because muscle is metabolically active. The more muscle you have, the more calories your body burns at rest. In this phase, you're also going to want to focus on fueling your performance. This means nailing your pre- and post-workout nutrition to improve insulin sensitivity and recovery. When you do this correctly for about 16 weeks, you're eating more than ever, looking leaner, your strength, energy, and definition all rise. Your metabolism is now powerful and adaptable. Think 500 grams of carbs and still visible abs. This is how Tier added in 15 pounds of muscle without blowing up in fat. He was able to improve in all his key lifts and radically improve his physique. Now, before we get into the final phase of this 3-phase blueprint, for anyone who might want one-on-one help putting all this into practice and receiving the same coaching as Tier and all our other clients, check out the link in the description to learn more about what we do. Now, you move on to the final phase, reignite. This is when you get rid of all your unwanted fat without wrecking your hormones, energy, or muscle. First thing you do is you create a smart deficit. Your stronger metabolism can now cut without crashing calories. For example, instead of having a 1,000 calorie drop, you can just focus on having a 200 to 300 calorie deficit in order to cut body fat. This is also where we use cardio as a tool. Add it in strategically and don't overdo it all at once. I would probably start anywhere from 20 to 25 minutes after your lifting sessions. And make sure you maintain training intensity and feed your performance. During this phase, you should lose anywhere from 1 pound to 1.5 pounds a week consistently while keeping strength, fullness, and energy high. No rebound, no burnout, just a lean, strong, sustainable physique. This process is how Patrick dropped 45 pounds while working 7 days a week. And Cruz lost 200 pounds. And Eric dropped 80 pounds, built muscle, and took second place at summer shredding. And Pete dropped 40 pounds. And Alex as a natural competitor who crushed it in his first show. Or Cody, a men's physique competitor who reignited his metabolism and crushed it as a show. So if it worked for all of them, I promise it can work for you. Commit to your vision, follow the blueprint, and let the results speak for themselves. And like I said earlier, if you want one-on-one coaching to implement all of this, click the link in the description to learn more. And if you'd like access to free training plans, join our free community below.